All right, Jeff, playoffs kicking off this weekend. We got Kansas City against Houston, and we have San Diego against Chicago, which for me is really the very interesting matchup because, we're just talking about the U.S. women's national team. Well, they didn't have Alex Morgan. They didn't have Mallory Pugh. So those are the two stars for San Diego and Chicago. Kind of what's their status ahead of these quarterfinals, and how do you see that game shaking out?
Yeah, so Morgan, I think, is the big question mark. And we talked about this last time it was on, the three of us. San Diego, the form is a question. The injuries are a question coming into this playoffs. I think throughout the season, arguably the best team, wire to wire. But Alex Morgan injured the past two games. Taylor Korniak missed the last game. Abby Dahlkemper's been out. So major questions right up the spine of this Wave team. And I think if they're missing all of them or any number of them, could pose a serious problem for them, even being at home and being the higher seed. So, I think a lot of San Diego's hopes here hinges upon Alex Morgan. Scored almost half of their goals this season. So really the attack has relied on her. And it's unclear how healthy she is. I don't think we'll really get that answer until game time. I think Casey Stoney will keep that close to vest. And then Mallory Pugh missing those U.S. games for family reasons is what we know. So I think we're expecting her to be there for Chicago Sunday. No reason to believe otherwise. So, I think it'll be interesting. Those two are the clear sort of MVP candidates for me. And for them to be facing off in the first round of the playoffs, I think will be hopefully they're both on the field and very exciting for fans.
Okay, Jeff, those two are the clear MVP candidates for you. Who's your MVP, Jeff?
Look, I wrote this a little bit before the end of the season on ESPN.com. Alex Morgan, for me, gets the slight edge. I did write that a few hours before Mallory Pugh went and scored twice and assisted 2 goals. So I don't know, maybe she had a little extra motivation there. It's super tight. I'm going to stick with Morgan. I will say it's interesting for those who are voting, and I do have a vote. We haven't voted yet. So these two going head to head, it is a regular season award, but I wonder how much maybe Pugh could, tip the scale in this vote a little bit for a media that hasn't voted yet.
Yeah. Shout to Sophia Smith as well. Had a great season with 14 goals. Probably an MVP candidate in her own right. There he is, Jeff Kassouf. Great stuff, man. Appreciate you coming on here on Futbol Americas. And we'll read more of your work over at ESPN.com.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.